Previously on Heroes and Hot Dogs. Our heroes searched around the artificer's workshop and found quite the assortment of items, tools, and kits. They selected the ones they thought would be the most useful and also located some goggles and a gauntlet for their new artificer. The gauntlet gave the artificer access to a new dimension that was a giant scrapyard he could pull parts from, and the goggles sat comfortably on his face. They also located a Magitech Vox recorder that captured the last few minutes of the last artificer's life. It appears he had been transporting a crystal to an island when he was attacked by a biomancer named Zagana Prime. The cleric knew her as the leader of the Simic Combine in Balkreath, and her faction was known for its experimentation with hybridization. In the middle of the night as they slept, the cleric woke everyone up when he heard chanting coming from a different part of the facility. They entered a gigantic room with a large device in the center that was clearly intended to capture the rays of the sun, and also had a large purple crystal inside of it. A half-elf, half-merfolk woman was suspended on a column of water as she attacked a magical barrier around the crystal with spells and a large energy cannon. Nearly 20 armed hybrid humanoids surrounded her and were the source of the chanting. The party stuck up closer, and as they debated as to what to do, she broke the barrier and took the crystal. She placed it in the energy cannon and blew the entire back wall out along with it. The cleric, meanwhile, was having to hold the monk back from charging headfirst and attacking. Something had come over him that they had not seen before and had begun to worry them. As Zagana was leaving with her troop, the monk managed to break free of the cleric and charged at her, screaming. She floored him easily with a wave of her hand and continued on her way. The cleric called the monk back, and they huddled together, wondering what to do next. All right. We are in this large room. There's a giant hole.
In his defense, the cleric let me go.
I thought we were still on the beach.
What?
Oh, we're in the building.
We're in the building.
We were off the beach like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. We're in the building.
I meant, didn't you go chasing after her?
No.
And he ended up in the water, and we had.
I got rendered immovable.
No, the water is filled with water. Yes.
Oh, it was in the room. Oh, okay.
There's about 2 feet of water, I believe, standing water in the room, for the merfolk to not like dehydrate or breathe or whatever. You're not sure.
You know what?
They had a constant magical rain going on basically in there.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Last week when you said 2 feet, I pictured ankle depth. And I just pictured Finnegan just kind of trying to run through ankle-deep water, and it never really occurred to me that it was 2 feet, not 2 inches.
It's pretty deep. That's why when he hit the ground, he's submerged entirely.
I just figured the water was up to his ears when he was face down. It's like, just go and roll him over. It'll be fine.
No.
Yeah, again, also to be fair, 2 inches of water could technically kill.
Yeah, it's not wrong. But
it's not in the same way 2 feet can.
Yeah, it would be considered difficult terrain for Nomad and Marcus because they're very short. Actually, I think that Nomad would have to just swim. I don't think that he could even walk. I think so, because I believe you're 3.5 feet or something. So yeah, and Marcus is 4, so it would be difficult for him. But
are you making fun of me?
I guess luckily Marcus is heavy and doesn't have to breathe.
Right, so he'd be fine. Yeah.
You can walk through water if it's even up to your neck. You can still walk through it. You're slow.
You're fast.
Really slow. Yeah, you're really slow. That's why you'd count it as swimming, basically. So you'd use your swimming speed.
So is she completely gone now? Or
yeah, she got in her deep ship along with her crew, and they closed the hatch, and it submerged in the water and went away.
Submerged. Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's basically a giant submarine, but looks like a normal pirate ship.
Can you see it from the air?
It's
underwater.
Yeah,
I know.
So.
Can you? But sometimes you can, depending on how deep it is and stuff.
You're not in the air, so.
No, but I have a hawk who could be.
Well, okay. Theoreticals are fine, but.
Well, okay. Can I send my hawk up?
I just say no.
Sure.
It went too deep. Okay.
Sure.
I'm sending my hawk up, and.
I'm not one to talk. I'm still technically incapacitated.
Sure.
So tell me what it can see. What?
Yeah, hold on. I need to pull up a map real quick. 1 second. I didn't think I would need it for some real reason. I should have known better than that. I need the world map up. mean, I usually pull it up, and I just forgot this time. I was like, whatever. No, but I need to pull it up. Hang on. I apologize. This is the overworld map. I can't do this. Okay. Overworld, and then drag and drop my file. Where you at, file? Where you at? There you are. Okay. I'll make sure I give you the correct bearing here. All right, bulk is that way. They would go. How am I? I have to figure out like, what's the currents and stuff like that real quick. Hold on. Please hold on. I figure out currents of the water. They are going right back.
Well, the
on,
other thing
so
is, if I can't see, then it's a moot point.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but you can see because they just left. So yeah, you're quick enough. I mean, it takes a while for it to get to like.
What's the cast time on the hawk, or does it already exist?
He already has it summoned, so he just snaps his fingers and it reappears.
Right.
So you send your hawk out, and you can see the shadow of it heading south.
Okay, didn't we see where she was from? Was like from the north or something like that?
She's from Balcrete, which is the southwestern, almost, actually southern middle of the largest continent, to the west.
Okay, so if we had the map, would we actually see it?
Balcrete? Yes.
So is it look like she? So you're saying it's headed toward that?
She has to go south and around the continent to the east, or to the west. She has to go south and then west and then north again in order to get to Balcrete, which is quite far away.
Is that a country, or is that a whole island, or is that a city?
It's a country. Yes.
You need to pin a world map somewhere. I lost mine.
It is pinned. It is the first pin.
Well,
Mine's literally on my desktop.
Second pin. Also, you should favorite it. But I will poke this up here.
Oh.
You should have to have a file.
I didn't think we could do that. Oh.
No, yeah, that's the whole point. You go to this and you drop your file in. And
I knew. Okay, I forgot about the drop.
File real quick. You go there, then you drop this. It can be another 10
I must quite simply be missing the obvious.
I'm not
Go
using
there.
the map program. I just have a picture of it.
Well, that's I
which is
don't
good
send me a
enough for
picture
now.
of it.
It's too large a file.
Send me a screen cap, whatever.
Inverted is a smaller version, I believe. The downscaled.
Oh, you want to send it to us then?
Yeah, I'll throw it into general. Or
No,
not general,
put in
Dungeons Dogs.
Dungeons and Dogs, yeah.
General dogs.
Habit.
Oh,
Leave me
I
alone.
did find the map. Okay.
Yeah, so you see it's on the it's blue on the map if that helps at all. It's the blue one in the southeast. West. Southwest.
Yeah, you
Gosh,
kept saying southeast, and I was like,
I know.
Okay.
West and East are getting confused today.
That's quite the sailing vessel ship place to be go.
Yeah,
Where is it
it's
now? It's south.
It's the
It's
blue,
the blue one.
country.
With the rivers going
there.
through it.
Oh, got it. Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
much of okay.
It's a bit of a journey. Let's rowboat. All right.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I mean, that's
So-
like weeks. Like,
Okay.
to get there.
And so, which direction is the boat going?
South.
Directly south.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Okay.
That
So
raises
she's
the
probably
question,
headed
would it be-
back.
Would it be faster to go over the north side?
I think it
I
would
don't
be,
care.
especially for a submarine.
But
Well,
there
you
could
don't
be
know.
dragons.
Yeah, you don't know what's up there.
They have to make a stop at the 7-Eleven. Whatever.
Maybe. Hey, this is
You
a
have some corn
tabletop
dogs.
game. Maybe we're on a tabletop.
The world is flat, and because the board ends there. So,
Like Discworld, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it is a Discworld, definitely. I think there actually might be an end of the world in D&D. I have to check that actually, to see if that's a thing. I'm not sure.
Oh, an actually flat world.
Yeah, it might be flat.
That sounds
flattish.
possible.
I will look into that. But, anyways, yeah, she went south.
Oh,
what
I'm
y'all
gonna
doing?
save this. Oh, okay. Yeah, what are we doing?
Good question.
So
People
we've
who can
retrieved Finnegan.
talk with their mouths.
You have retrieved Finnegan. Weaver, you have Finnegan. And he is still currently paralyzed entirely. He's stiff as a board.
Was he like? Is his face like very, very upset and wanting to punch still?
He has a mask on.
Is his
So you
mask
don't
still
know.
very upset and trying to punch?
We're going to go with
Uh,
no, as it is a mask with
Dang it.
no.
You cannot tell expressions. I mean, you
So,
can tell a little bit, but
pull-
like it's
We
it's
can
not
pull his
moving.
mask off. We can pull his mask off, can't we?
You want to try?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop it.
Hang on. I gotta check something real quick.
I'm
I had to
incapacitated
find-
and have no say in this.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your mask real quick.
I know, I
It seems
was-
like you're in that situation a lot.
Wait. Wait. Nomad,
Yes, yes.
you think he might have a beard?
Well, let's check.
I'm curious now.
All right, who's taking out the mask?
Oh, okay, I thought Weaver was holding him.
Weaver's holding him. Who's pulling off the mask?
Okay, so first of all, can we get him on dry land?
Yeah, you can go up to the stairs. Yeah,
Okay.
there's like a staircase that goes into the water. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Weaver, I'm gonna try to pull his mask off. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I try to pull his mask off.
Give me a charisma check.
Charisma. What's going on here? Okay, hold on.
You gotta smooth talk the mask first.
I don't have a plan with this
Wait,
degree.
which
but
kind of charisma?
Just straight charisma.
Oh, okay.
So it's your charisma modifier at the top of your thing.
I'm looking. Okay, so it's +1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Four.
It does not come off at all. You pull and pull, and it is completely affixed to his face. And hold on, I need to find my image for this. Dickory, what did we settle on for the image for this?
Here, let me just scroll up.
Are
a
we
little
doing
bit.
we had like a Black Panther looking one, and we had like a Spider-Man one, and then we had like
I mean, do you want me just to send him a picture of the mask?
well, we're still working on like
Well, here, I'll just
the eye
reset.
hole.
This is the latest one you sent me right here,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
goofy to say the least, but
It's a little
workable.
goofy. It's getting there, right? It's getting there. Okay, so that's right. So there is a giant purple gem affixed to the front center of the mask on his forehead, and
It's always been there, by the way.
it's always been there. Yeah,
retcon.
yeah. So it's always been there. You just it's been dull mostly, but it when you try and yank it off, it glows, and flashes at you. And you can't get it off.
You know, I feel like maybe we shouldn't mess with that.
I can't get it off. I can't get it off. I don't know why. You don't think you want to mess with it, or do you want to try?
I mean, the little purple thing's doing stuff.
Yeah, weird, huh? Unless it means he's dying. Maybe it means he's dying. Oh,
I mean, it might. Should we throw him in the water?
Sorry, inside joke.
oh, okay. Hold on.
It's not even related to anything you guys
No,
are saying. It was not
no,
paying
it's not.
attention.
It's not. But he's incapacitated, so he can't talk technically.
I guess we should just leave it alone and.
You gonna leave it? It only lasts. Its paralysis only lasts for a minute, by the way. So he'll be fine shortly. If you just want to wait.
What will be?
Me.
Then again, we'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
You'll be unparalyzed in about a minute if you want to just
Okay,
wait.
okay.
Up to you guys if you want to continue to do something while he's paralyzed. Want to draw something on his mask or like, just give him another dunk in the water.
I'll ask you not to encourage them.
Well, wait, I'm gonna take out my painting brush.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn him over and right on the back of him, kick me.
Okay.
And while he's doing this, I'm pulling out some of
He's
my bright
conscious.
colored paints.
You know that, right? He's conscious.
That's okay.
Actually,
Oh,
do I know that?
Do I know
Actually, no,
that?
you don't. Actually, hold on. You can check if you want. I guess you can check.
well, you could check like my pulse, but my
that be
face is
rolling
covered
medicine?
by the mask.
Actually, how would you know if a person's conscious or not if they're paralyzed and you can't see their face?
Technically, you would
I
not.
I don't think you can tell. Okay, yeah, you don't know.
Well,
Where's the character sheet?
paralyzed. I mean, if you're in our world, if you're paralyzed,
I'm
you
not
can get a pulse.
Yeah,
but he's not dead. I mean, either way. Like,
You know what?
You're
I used
conscious.
spare
You
the
don't
dying.
have still a pulse.
What an odd way to use whatever spell that is that I don't
What
remember.
is How do? Eh?
What does that do?
It is a cantrip, and
Okay.
you
So
touch a
spare
living
the
creature
guy.
that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. The spell has
He
no
doesn't have-
effect
he
on
doesn't- he doesn't-
undead or constructs.
He doesn't have 0 hit points.
We don't know that.
Okay. Well, now you do. He doesn't have 0 hit points.
Yeah,
Right.
you use the spell
Does
and
it
nothing
da-
happens.
Oh,
It
okay,
hurt
actually,
at
yeah. Oh, you're right. That tells if he's conscious or not. Yeah, you're right. If he had 0 hit points, he'd be unconscious. You're right. That actually does work. Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
well,
it doesn't.
alright.
It doesn't work. So therefore, you know he's not unconscious. That was smarter than I thought it was. My mistake. All right.
Yeah, you big goof.
Man, you sounded real dumb for about 45 seconds, and I caught on.
Yeah. So Weaver, you do a check and you see he is conscious.
Okay.
Good. So,
Yeah, you can still paint on it if you want to. It doesn't bother me. I don't care.
upon finding
yeah.
that out, I go ahead and inform Nomad that I have these brightly colored paints that I use for touching
I
up
mean-
scratches.
I would argue that paralyzation would run out in under a minute, and they've already wasted that time.
I mean,
I'd say that's about right.
it's been pretty close. I mean, you
Probably
can get like
A minute passes way faster when you're not looking at a clock.
I would say that you get K and I done on Kick Me, and so it says key.
Okay, so key.
As he wakes up, and he like ah.
How interesting, key. And I'm like,
Because you have key points.
So is he awake?
I was never asleep.
Whatever you call it, right?
Yep, Finnegan, you have regained your senses, or your mobility, I guess.
Did I had a wet shirt. Did the paint even catch?
They're watercolors, so you know whatever that.
Oh
means.
no, actually, they just
It
ran
works.
away.
So now you just have a very ugly shirt.
Now the back of my shirt is just stained in whatever color of your choosing.
No, they're magic paints, so they're fine. You have key
Oh,
on
my
them.
favorite.
Okay, so
You know, key, the thing I haven't even used yet.
It's true you haven't yet. Yeah. You have. Yeah, you haven't been to battle for a
All I
while.
can do is punch more, and all I've had to punch is some armadillos.
Technically, you can use your step of the wind, and you can go. Like you jump further, I think it is.
Yeah,
Like
well, I
twice your
haven't
height?
needed to use that yet.
Yeah, but you do have other things you can do other than just punch things. So-
Where's that features and traits thing? Here we go.
So are you waking up now? Or what are you doing, Finnegan?
I'm
Are
certainly awake, bud.
Are you sputtering and stuff, or what are you doing?
I mean, yeah, let's get the water out of my face. Oh, I don't have anything to do spit take with.
How do you
Well-
spit when you got a mask on over your?
I'm gonna just roll up onto my back and catch my not so paralyzed breath anymore.
Well, Finnegan, are you okay? Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you still feeling like you have to punch things?
As always, yes.
Why all of a sudden? You were kind of punchy before, but you were like really punchy this last time.
Can I get out of character real quick? Can I remind you that I threw an armadillo at a wall and stomped on it?
I know. It just seemed like you were very willing to risk your life for just to punch somebody. I don't think you were that risky before, or am I just not remembering well?
The risk had never presented itself. You have no pattern to base your observations on,
Well,
Mister.
you remember those little furry things that we found? I'll call them little tribbles. What were they? The Pokemons? You didn't go
Armadillos.
armadillos. Oh, is that what they were? Oh, I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
But you didn't like just go running out and try to punch them all. Did
Gotta
you?
punch them all.
Maybe you did. You didn't
Well,
punch.
You
You
kinda
didn't
did.
punch the Bork brothers.
That's true.
The Bork brothers weren't
Brothers.
hostile.
Oh, so you like to punch hostile things.
Well, duh.
So how did you know the elf lady was mermaid lady was hostile?
I'm gonna have to ask you to take a wild guess there, Nomad. It seemed kind of obvious.
I thought she looked kind of friendly.
You think that about a lot of things, don't you?
Well, I think everybody should have a chance at before being judged. I don't like to judge people.
Didn't we have the proof of her murder in the other room?
This is true. I forgot about that.
You have a point.
You have a point. You do have a
That
point.
murderer looks nice.
Yes, but she murdered, but we didn't know if the person she murdered was good or bad.
I mean, you do.
Well, oh, we do?
Yeah, the Voxcaster kind of painted it real clearly.
Okay. Okay, so are you all unpunchy now?
Close enough.
Are we ready to go? What are we going to do next?
That's a good question.
Well, we're in this
So-
room. Is there stuff in this room we should look around in and stuff? I mean,
I think she took the only cool thing.
yeah. That
Pardon.
was very sad. Wouldn't you say that was very sad that she took that?
I would agree. It'd be less sad if she took it with a black eye.
Well, okay. I'm going to just look around this room because we haven't really looked around much. Is there?
Yeah, I mean, it appears that there. I mean, I mentioned before there's a glass ceiling, and there's like a bunch of mirrors near the ceiling that seem to be angling light. And on the ground, there's a bunch of levers that look like they're probably attached to the mirrors. There's some control panels and whatnot that seem to probably go to the giant sundial. And not much else. It looks like the majority of this room is, I mean, it's ornate, but it's also very clean. It probably is to help not block too much sunlight, you know. Yeah, it's now also filled with water, so the bottom 2 feet you can kind of see through the water. It looks like tile, like marble tile. But otherwise, not a ton in this room. The back wall is blown out now, where once there was a Chilean mural.
Is the water draining because of the hole in the wall?
Yeah, it's pouring out a little bit out the back wall, but the back wall is at a raised section, so it's not like pouring out. It's slowly draining though. It'll get there eventually, probably, but it'll probably end at probably like maybe 8 inches left, based on the elevation.
Okay. I'd like to look around the floor, even though it's wet. Kind of stumble around and just see if there's anything they left behind.
Yeah. So in the back right is where their camping area was, and there was like some like makeshift tents, and like there was like some cooking pots, and some like some like pod like bed things that look like kind of hammocks that they were probably sleeping in at night. But it took most of what they had, it looks like. You seen that probably most of their actual supplies were probably on the ship, and they were just, camping here for convenience sake. But they all have quarters probably on the ship, so they don't leave behind anything that's like super noteworthy or useful. Just like some, there's like some bones of some animal they'd eaten, and like some, discarded like pots and pans, and that's kind of it.
Okay. What would you guys like to do?
I'll just lay here a little longer.
Well, is it still in the middle of the night?
Yeah, it is. It's around 2:30 a.m.
Does anyone have a towel?
I don't think so.
Let me.
This is where we
He's
have
actually checking it.
Please hold. You know what?
We
I
have a-
do have clothes.
Nomad, can you use your gauntlet and check if there's a rag in the scrapyard?
Okay, sure.
I have
Yeah.
a blanket.
Yeah, there's some cloth, like textile.
All right. Well, I'm getting my cloth, and you can give him your blanket. And here you go, Finnegan. Here's a cloth.
This is rather goofy. Yeah, I'm just
It's-
gonna start.
It's
you know,
basically like a dark blue curtain.
whatever.
Oh.
I'm just gonna towel off with it with the clothes still on.
Okay.
All right. You guys going back
I
to bed?
will.
or you
I
gonna
will
do
empty
something
my
else?
boots as there are socks underneath.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe we should do a nice good rest here because I
Might
forget,
want
but
to
I think we
return
might
back
have
to the room
things.
where we were doing it to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yes,
Yeah,
I don't want
there's
to
a-
sleep in the water. Okay.
All right, so you guys return to the sleeping quarters, and you bed down again for the night. And the rest of the evening goes without incident.
So, Trev, and
Yes.
I guess everybody can give their input on this. But that thing that I was talking about, that I said I was going to make work,
Mm-hmm.
there are technical limitations that I could work through if I waited.
Okay.
Do you think I
don't know.
should just do it? Or. Because it wouldn't be all that great if I did it right now.
It's up to you. You want to sit on it? You want to do it now?
I'm indecisive about it.
Is there something that I can do to make it better?
No.
And you can't tell us what it is?
No.
Okay. So we can't give you advice, so
Yeah, I
No,
don't. I mean,
I
none of
guess.
us know what you're doing, so I don't.
And I'm indecisive about it.
Yeah. It's okay. This is be literally every episode. Do I want to do this big thing now or wait? Well, it makes sense that I would wait, but I don't want to wait. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
if whatever you're talking about means I don't have to row a boat 50 miles, I'm down.
we can wait a few days if it's going to take time for you to do something too.
Well, it wouldn't be something within game. So.
Oh.
I mean, it would be,
Ah.
but it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be what?
Me referring to the technical difficulty side is real world stuff.
Oh, I see. So you
Oh.
need
You need more time to
real
prepare?
world time to prepare, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. I go off half cocked constantly, so.
That is true.
I mean, I have to point out that my notes of the evening include. Oh yeah, nothing.
You know what?
Right.
We don't know Trev's future schedule
No.
for at least the
Could be.
next month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will
Except
just.
for one specific vague point.
I mean,
Eventually, there might be a new child.
I can probably
Gross.
if we rush, I can probably get you to another island today, if that helps you at all.
It doesn't help me specifically.
Okay.
You may
But-
want the long time of Trevor's absence to develop your technology thing.
There's
I
also
may,
that too.
I may also want to reveal it so that he has time to adapt it.
If you can
Oh
do
yeah.
part of it now,
I can do it now. It's just not going to
Okay.
be as good as I would like it to be.
it's
What, can't you improve it later?
I mean, everything improves with time.
I mean, if it's a long-term kind of thing, if it's just
I
like
mean,
a one-off, then
Can
okay.
you
I
just
don't.
leave out information and then fill in the information later?
It's not
well,
preferable, but we can
That's
do it.
not
While
that-
you guys are over there sleeping,
I don't know what it is.
then
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you and Marcus can do whatever you want, you non-sleeping sacks.
Yeah, you markers are up right now.
Oh no.
Did you get did he get an instrument from like the pile?
If I remember, something has an instrument.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
there was-
we
there
don't
was a-
know what he
What he
know
grabbed.
what he
Yeah.
grabbed.
nobody announced it. I got a loot, which was
Oh.
a stand-in for what I did get in the real world.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
after the resting, then we will go more into this.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
so
So yeah,
I'm going
I mean,
to
so
sleep.
you're
with-
going to like as you're going to sleep, then you're like you're strumming away a little bit, kind of like tuning your lute, kind of figuring out how it works. 'Cause you
Yep,
don't have proficiency
exactly.
in lute, right? So,
Weaver
think-
does.
do you?
Yeah, Weaver does not have proficiency, and neither does Verd.
Perfect. That works out then. That worked out
It adds
perfectly.
up.
Okay, that's fine.
This just means any note sheets you find or anything in the universe must be translated into the real world, so Verd can actually try it.
I'll
Okay,
send you
I'll do
actual
it.
like snippets of like song sheets. Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
I will commit to that.
Okay.
And you're not allowed to have the, oh, he teaches you this song. No, he has to learn it for real.
They'll learn it for real. Like.
Yeah.
Also, then again, whenever you punch them, you have to actually punch somebody in the real world too.
You think I fucking won't? I live in Texas.
That's right. Just don't give him a gun.
Yeah, Marcus will hold on to his gun and not give it to you, otherwise things will go very badly. And the real
Alright,
world.
so
The
should
worst
we
thing is I have firearm proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
should
if
we
we
do
text-
our long rest?
Yeah, do your long rest. Weavers learn.
Can we make some moment where I do that?
What is? I don't even.
It's a man vaping out of a balaclava, except the
Oh.
balaclava has no holes.
Okay then. It looks like Santa Claus.
Okay.
His eyebrows melded with his stash.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, so as you guys go to sleep, and Weaver strums on his new loot that he picked up in the workshop.
I will
Uh,
also mention that
can
I
print
made
it
it a
out.
loot because of what was available. I don't know if guitars exist.
That's always been just kind of a general question in general for D&D. I will run that from my character who's a bard as well. We just call it a loot, and it can be a guitar. Like,
Okay.
I mean, they're practically the same.
and I mean, because you can have different numbers of strings on loots, and so
I figured they
Yeah.
were close enough that it wouldn't be an issue anyway. But
Yeah.
I figured
you have a six string loot. How's
Yeah.
that?
So I
Mine
just
has
googled I just
kidding.
googled D&D
It's six.
guitar, and a homebrew page linked me to a guitar axe, which a
Oh yes.
guitar affixed with two blades used by bards to kill their enemies.
Uh-huh. It's
All,
the
bard, all
the
bards
barbarian.
proficient with lutes are proficient with this weapon, and it's an instrument.
Yep.
But he's not proficient, so
No, he's not. And it's just a loot, this one. So Okay.
so D&D or DM question,
Mhm.
can he become proficient in some way? I mean, how
you
would
can.
he
You have to go learn.
practice.
You could go learn. Yeah, you can go practice, and you can go learn a skill. I mean, if he wants to, you can. Vert, if you want, you can say every time you do a long rest, I'm gonna practice my loot. And if you do it
In the
enough
other room,
times,
quietly.
I'll actually give you proficiency if you do it enough times. You actually say it enough times.
Okay.
So I
So
mean,
that would be similar to me, where I want to work on a project and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take a while to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm just in the experimental phase. So can
Right.
I just say every day I'm
Well, you need a specific.
tinkering and stuff?
You need a
Or do I have-
specific. It's assumed you'll be tinkering, I think, but if you have a specific long-term goal in mind, make sure you specify that, right?
Mhm,
I'm working towards a ice gun. I'm working towards a conveyor belt or something, right? Like,
Right.
then I'll have to figure out specifics for that. But yeah, I can work on that.
Well, I want to work on something and then I might just change it. And if I change it, then I got to start all over.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I'm working on a homing device.
Okay.
But who knows
okay.
if that's.
So, like,
Well,
a transit
I have to
receiver.
experiment. No, a homing, like a GPS or a homing device where it tells you which direction somebody is and how far away.
Right. So you need a transit and a receiver, right? So you need
Yeah. Oh,
a-
yeah.
a
But it
device you
doesn't
plant.
transmit sounds and stuff like that. That's
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
working on
James-
right now.
Yeah,
What's
but
it,
it's two devices. One's a thing you place on somebody, and one's that attracts them,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Okay.
James
Yep.
Bond, not Goldeneye. Was it Goldeneye? No, it was Goldfinger. He had that.
Goldfinger, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Gotcha.
So that's
He
what I'm
also had a
working on,
car
but
with a map and all
I
that.
have to
But
work on
whatever.
the technology first, so it might turn into something else. Like it might be a voice transmitter or something. I'm not really sure because I don't know what I can do.
Maybe work on it later.
Roll a d20 plus 7.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Roll a
okay.
d20 plus 7, which is
I
your modifier.
You do that. I'll be right back again.
Eventually, we'll get a better system for this. But
So what am I
Okay.
rolling for? What am I? Why? What
This-
is to find
this
out
is,
whether
this is
I know how to?
conceptual. Yeah, this is your concept.
Oh,
25. You got a good concept. Okay.
Okay. So what does that mean?
It means you've. It basically means you will have an idea for a good idea for what you will need to do in order to get this to work, right? You have a good idea for a technology that's not bonkers, right?
Okay,
And
so is this going off of you have like a set of things that have to have? Because I remember seeing something about crafting, and in some place I saw you have to have some sort of a concept that's got to work. Then you have. Are you going off of something strict? No, or do you
I
actually have a
will.
list?
I don't have a thing set.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, so but that's a very high roll, so that's good, right? I mean, well, I have to develop an actual structure. It'll probably have like 5 stages, probably. I'm guessing, maybe 3. You know, for rolling out an actual product, because there'll probably be like conceptualizing, and then there'll be like drafting, and then there'll be testing, and then there'll be like finalizing or something, right? Like field testing or something. So I'll have to roll for all of them. I'll get a system for you. It's just gonna take you a while to get it balanced.
Right. I wasn't sure if you want me to do a little research on there, see if somebody else has already come up with.
Hey, go ahead and give me if you got anything that'd be good. I want to make sure it's
because you can be
simple,
busy.
though.
So
I'll be busy. Yeah. So if you can find a system for that, I can work with it and tweak it.
I'll see what I can do. I don't know.
Yeah. The less work I have to do for your class, the better.
Well, yeah.
Because there's a lot of work I have to do for Artificer potentially. It's a lot of abstracts. So okay. I want to keep moving though. So you tinker a little bit before you go to bed with your newfound skills, and you find some diodes, and you find some thingamajig bingits and some whiz bang cadoodles, and you begin kind of piecing things together, and you're like, oh, if I do this over here, it makes a thing over here. That's kind of like I have an idea for, okay, maybe I can get this connect to that, right? And I have to figure out how to get longer distance and all that stuff. And then you're like, okay, you write down your notes, for kind of like here's my concept, and then you go to bed, while Weaver's strumming on his lute a little bit. So,
Strum.
So is Weaver also working on a basket at the same time?
He only has 2 arms.
Oh right,
wait. I can play open string while weaving a basket.
You do have to stop though for the night bird, because you can be conscious, but you can't be active in order to sleep.
Yeah.
So you can't do it all night.
Sentry mode.
No. Yeah, sentry mode has to activate. So you cannot do while playing the instrument. You cannot learn while you're asleep, unfortunately. That would be nice, but
Unless he has a dream.
yeah.
That teaches.
Do androids read an electric sheep? Who knows? Who knows?
That sounds like the ultimate move of a DM. Just here, have the stats. You had a dream. You learned.
All right,
Hey,
so
can you
it's the
apply
next
those
morning.
stats to me specifically?
Definitely.
No, so I asked a question I don't think you answered.
What was the
I don't
question?
think,
Sorry.
Was
What was the
can
question?
Bird learn how to play a lute? In other words, can he get a proficiency in
I did
lute
answer the
playing?
question in depth.
what was-
Yes.
Well,
yes.
But
If he works on it every day, then he can get a proficiency eventually. It'll take him a long time, but if he goes and gets a tutor, or finds instruction manuals or something, it'll go faster, right?
Okay.
So, I'm going to assign you a number, Verd, and that's the number of days it'll take you to complete. And anything you find along the way will reduce that number by a larger chunk. Okay.
Okay.
So.
does he know the number?
I'm working on it. Hold on. I need you to make a note of this somewhere, Verd. That you can keep tabs on constantly.
You can put that as an equipment or one of those things that lets you
I'll
put
just
a
go throw
number
in my
to it.
other.
Okay.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
I'm trying to think how long it normally would take. A proficiency.
Well, and remember,
I'm trying to establish if a proficiency counts as a mastering of a skill, or if it counts as just a rudimentary understanding. I believe it's a mastery of a skill.
yes, because
That's
remember
10,000
this,
hours. So.
this is similar to proficiency in tools that I've been looking into. And so whatever you answer, I may want to, whatever rule you come up with, I might want to use the same rule for if I want to get proficiency in glass blowing or something,
Right.
And
Okay.
if it's really hard, that's okay. I don't care if you say it's really hard. I just want to kind of know what the rules are.
All right. it's gonna take you 335 days, 1 year, to get proficiency in their loot. Okay, so mark it down.
So
And that's-
I will be proficient before Weaver is.
Well, not if you find.
But if you find a
book
tutor
on-
or a book, you'll get that cut down by chunks, basically.
Hey, you know, if I
Um,
find a tutor or a book, I will also cut that down by a significant chunk.
Exactly. See?
We're in
Also,
competition here.
If you physically go get classes or something, I will put that in the game. Okay?
I'm not
I
going
will
to, but
incorporate
okay.
that. And I'm
thought
letting you know,
about that,
if you,
but
you
But
do.
then you'd have to be gone, right? Out of the. I mean, that would be weird. I was thinking about that for myself. If I want to go learn glass blowing, was an example, then I would have to be
I
out
mean-
of the game for a year, right? I mean, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say put it immediately, but I will put it at a point, you know, and whatnot. So yeah, we'll get there. Because if you actually increase in physical skill, I want to be able to reflect that in game, right? If you're for Verge specifically, right? 'Cause this is an actual like thing that's actually like an actual real world skill. So and actually has a quantifiable increase. So I will work with you on that. Otherwise, it's just going to be based on encounters and whatnot you do in game. So
Well, I think that's good though. You came up with a number, and then you say it can be reduced if something
Mhm.
happens.
yeah,
That's fine.
well, because it takes 10,000 hours to master an instrument, and that is 415 days. So I'm gonna say you can do it in 365 because you're an adventurer and you're awesome at everything, right? And you're doing this every day. So yeah, that's my number
Okay.
system. We'll go. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll see. And probably you'll be able to reduce that by upwards of 100 possibly if you get a tutor for a significant amount of time. So.
Can I roll a history check real quick to find a really, really good person?
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm not actually going to make that
It's
one
not a
happen.
bad
I
idea.
could. but
Unironically,
You can. I mean,
unironically, check the books.
I might later, but not right now.
okay. Okay.
Check the books in the office, or you never know.
Yeah, we haven't checked
Uh,
for that specifically.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I guess I will check.
But where's the books?
The office is
Hold
where
on.
we're at right now, right?
It's
You're
now
talking-
morning. It's now morning because you guys went to sleep.
Yeah, we woke up. That's why we were talking.
Now you can do things. Well, you interrupt me whenever I tried to say it's
I'm
morning. like
sorry.
twice now.
Okay,
Now
fine.
it's morning. It is 7:30 a.m. And it is morning, and you're doing what?
Waking up.
Okay.
I mean,
cool.
at this
Checking in to see
exact
if I
moment in
forgot.
time, Weaver is just kind of got some parts in his hand and just trying to figure out how to put them in the loot.
Okay.
He'd cry if he could. He can't figure it out.
I'm
He's just
doing
sitting there
my
looking
tank
real confused, hoping that somebody might maybe be knowledgeable at mechanical type stuff.
So are you building a loot? I'm confused. What are you doing to the loot?
Modifying it.
You're modifying the loot. Okay.
Cyber loot.
So Nomad's waking up from his stoneness, saying, "Hey, Weaver, what are you working on?"
Yeah, I'm trying to put these in here.
Oh, would you like some help?
Sure.
Okay, I can pull out some tools and fiddle. I
Alright.
don't know what the goal
What are
here
you
is.
What are you trying to do?
What are you trying
These
to do?
are called pickups. You put these in to make it electric.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any electric skills.
It's actually not
Uh,
all that complicated. But I
roll-
guess DM rule.
Give me your artificer roll. So I'm gonna call it from now on.
That is
oh,
artificer
the
education.
Plus 7.
the +7 thing. Yeah, I need to have
Yeah.
a shortcut for that one. I think.
Yeah, you're gonna roll that by a lot. That's gonna go to for your character. Just give me an artificer roll. See how high you can get.
14.
Unsuccessful.
Ah, well,
So-
maybe later.
Maybe later. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not working.
It shocks you a little bit. It's like. It's like ding 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 ding.
Plays a sick riff on accident.
Yeah.
So I'm making little gadgets and stuff for my spell stuff. Just
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I don't need to tell you every single time, right? I figure that would just be boring.
No. Well, yeah. Well, eventually you'll.
If I cast it, then I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
Because it doesn't affect the actual rules
Nope,
of the game.
Does not. So I don't actually have to know until you cast it, technically.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what else you got doing? It is 7:30 a.m.
Am I dry?
No. You're damp.
Oh,
Do I have anything hot?
I think. Oh, I can make a little fire. I think.
I have a
Would
candle.
you like to? Oh.
It'll take a while.
That's gonna take a while. So let's see.
I mean, you could just take your clothes off and hang them out in the sun. I mean,
Do I even have extra clothes? I don't know if that's like an item you actually hold.
You got a blanket.
I have extra clothes.
yeah.
They're
they
social
fit me?
outerwear type. I don't. We're close in size.
Yeah.
Should those
Yeah.
be on our master list of things then?
Uh-huh. Well, no, not your clothes.
No, he said he had an
The
extra,
master
he had
list-
an extra set or something.
Yeah,
The
but
master
that's
list is stuff you'd actually intend to share. You know.
yeah, that's,
Oh,
it's,
okay.
yeah, that's for raw material, basically. Like your extra shirt doesn't qualify.
I mean, yeah,
So
I'd
what
like
did
a
you-
spare change of dry clothes before I come down with the anything you insert fantasy disease here.
It's just herpes. It's just herpes.
Oh God! Wow!
All right, we're not gonna make it to this other.
19.
We're not gonna make it to this other island if we're
No.
not quick here.
No, it's already been an hour almost.
Yep. So I'll just quickly say that Weaver does a check for anything about loots.
Oh, and like books wise and whatnot. Sure. Give me an investigation roll.
Investigation, yay!
On a related note, I'm gonna take the offered clothing and find another room with which to sequesteringly apply them to my body.
You get such bad rolls.
Oh.
He got a 0.
That's a critical
not the
failure
first time.
minus one.
You forgot.
Um,
You forgot. You actively lost information.
Shoot. How do I make this as bad as possible for you looking for? Okay. Here we go. You find the most beautiful music sheet in the world, and you catch it on fire by accident, and it disintegrates
On the candle.
on the candle.
Oh.
Oh,
And you're like, oh.
Can I look for books too? I mean, there actually is bookcases and stuff.
There's a bookcase. Yes. What
Are,
you looking
are
for?
there bookcases of? Are there books on tool usage?
On tool usage? Give me an investigation roll.
Hi, I'm back, and I'm dry in fresh, dry clothes.
Cool. And first new clothes.
Ah,
That is a negative, Ghost Rider.
dang it.
What are
You
we looking
find
for?
a really interesting tome on bird watching and get really interested for a long time and forgot what you were doing.
Ironic, as the bird is supposed to be doing the watching.
Oh, now do I know a lot about birds?
No, it's about birds that watch people and stare at them through their windows. And you're just like, wait, what?
Okay.
that should be called the Watching Birds.
It's actually like a horror kind of thing going on.
It's fiction. Well, it would
Well,
be
you,
fiction in
you
real
hope
world.
it's fiction. You hope it's fiction. You're not sure. After you get done reading it, you're like, is this real? I'm concerned.
For the rest of your life, you will no longer sleep in a bedroom with windows.
Game one
What are we-
phobia.
What are we looking for? Maybe I can help. I got all my bad rolls last week. Let's go.
Oh, you got any? What? Can you look for a book for me? Is that possible?
What
Or
am I?
anything on tools? Tool usage.
I am taller. Yes.
Give me an investigation roll, sir.
Investigation. Slash roll d20 plus. I think it's 2. It is 2. Yes. Bam. I just look up at the shelf and like, yeah, I
We're
don't
in
know
the-
how to. No.
We're into book burning.
We're gonna start a new regime, right?
So you find one, but realize that your wet clothes got all over it and it's ruined. so it's not usable at all.
Don't
It's-
even know if it was a tool book. It's
mush.
just a book.
It's just mush. So you need a 200.
Alright, so that blows all that.
Yep.
Whatever happened to just taking 20 when there's nothing happen? Okay, whatever.
What's the
Hey,
minus?
what are you guys doing? Like,
I was gonna say, what about
Nobody else looks for books.
okay, never mind. I'll just be over here, read my book on tools.
Oh, Weaver, I mean, Marcus, are you reading a book on tools?
I am. I don't know what you guys are doing, but
Can I see it?
no. He's just like holds it to himself, like no.
Well, hey guys, you know what? I think maybe we should head out and see what that army's doing, or the pair of armies.
Marcus, bring your tool book with you.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna finish this book. It's pretty fun. It's all about
Oh,
like
betcha.
dinnerware and stuff like that.
Allen
It's great.
wrenches for dummies.
Yes, Allen wrenches. They're called Steve wrenches here. So
I mean, truthfully, if it was a book on carpentry, he's got carpenter tools. That might be very useful.
Bosunry.
And it would be useful for me too, because I think I have. Well, I hadn't really decided, but I think I might have carpenter as my.
it seems to be a compendium of different kinds of tools and like basic functions. Like it's like a little like collection of like for dummies.
Okay.
For a
okay.
bunch of other kinds of things.
Okay.
So it has
Don't be-
a limited information about a lot of things, basically.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Yeah, we need to go find out what's going on with these poor guys. These
Sorry.
little clockworky guys.
Okay. You guys heading out to the beachhead?
On a related note, is my mask dry?
Your mask never gets wet.
Ah.
Wow.
Oh, even
That's
if he's-
impressive.
Does that mean I have a pocket of air if I'm underwater?
No, as in, like, it doesn't retain water,
Oh, okay.
right? Like I mean, okay, it gets wet, I guess. Technically, if it's underwater, it's wet, but it's not doesn't like hold water, right? So
All right.
otherwise, you could breathe underwater, I guess, or something. That'd be weird.
Well, not for very long.
Yeah, not for very long. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you guys going out to the beachhead then?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you go outside, and you head back to the beach, and the automatons are still at their little war.
Ah, man, it just seems like we could do something with these guys, but I cannot think of what. Because they could build stuff for us, but
Well, what are the odds that we could leave and come back and they'll still be here?
I'm gonna go with very high.
you're the one rowing. Oh, but remember, this thing moves.
It's currently anchored.
Oh, okay. I know. We should tell them we'll be back.
Get to the chopper.
What's this? Weaver. They thought of you as almost like a god or something. So tell them you'll be back. You shall return. And the
I failed to write down their names. Is their name in that list that we had
It is.
It
referred to
is.
Yeah,
earlier?
it is.
Please
It
hold.
is.
It's Captain Sevens
Seven?
and Robert the Fearless.
Oh, somebody want to try hard.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something to him.
All right. I made it.
I will in a second. I'm just looking for the name so I actually see them. So I see
Excuse me,
Satchel.
I made it editable as well. So you guys can add your own if you want to add
And Robert the Fearless,
anything.
okay.
Mine still
Yeah.
says view only.
Wait, was it Captain
I-
Sevens?
I just changed it. It's
Yeah, Captain
Sevens.
Sevens and
That's it,
Robert the
okay.
Fearless.
Hey, Captain Sevens, Fearless.
Well, they're on different ends of the beachhead.
Well, I'm yelling at both of
I'm
them.
just gonna fix these right
Okay.
here.
Because
Yeah,
they're like
they
4
both-
feet apart from each other because they're tiny. Well, I
No,
guess
they're
bigger than
they're a
that,
little
but-
further than that. They're yeah. It's a. I mean, it's a good like probably 50 feet probably. So I mean,
Oh, I guess I
they-
could go to each one of them individually. So I go over to Sevens.
Okay.
So Captain Sevens,
Yes, sir.
here's the thing. I can't resolve your little war just yet, but we'll be back soon. And when I come back,
Okay.
your war's gonna end, and we'll have a job for you.
And why would our war end?
Because it will be resolved in a way that you find fitting.
We're going to kill them all. I like this.
Sure. That might
Excellent,
be the
man.
end, or it might not be. But either way, you will be happy at the end.
All right then. I guess that sounds good.
Alright, so now I go over to Robert the Fearless.
I feel like arguing that the Voxcaster effectively said that they just had to prepare for war and did not in any way say that they should fight, but I don't believe they can understand that at this point.
You don't know.
I mean, if you want to try explaining
Dabbling
that,
in
go
the
for it.
affairs of these little mans it's quite literally below me.
Oh.
But
Sorry, not sorry,
Over to
Nomad.
Robert.
Yep.
Okay.
right. So, Robert.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, I can't end your war today, but I will be returning soon, and when I do, the war will be resolved in a way that you find fitting.
Oh, the infidel is destroyed. Excellent, my good man. Excellent.
Well, there won't be infidels, we'll say that.
Ooh, full destruction. Yes.
That's right. There won't be.
Oh, but we're going to nuke them from orbit.
We'll talk about the details when I return.
Explosions? Explosions, I think. Yes.
Think about whatever you want.
Okay. I'll think with this. Yes.
There may be loud noises, I'll give you that.
Okay. Anybody else gonna talk to them?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'll go up to Robert the Fearless.
Okay. Oh, good God, man! Look, everybody! Look, it's the Artificer. He's returned.
Oh, you're wearing the gauntlet.
Oh, and the
They all
Nomad.
stop what they're doing. They all
Hey,
stop.
Nomad, you want to know what you can do?
They
You can tell
all
them
turn to
exactly.
you and just wait for you to speak.
You can tell them exactly what to do now.
wow, I don't know what to tell him. Okay, so the dear fellow citizens, the war is over. You did such a wonderful job.
They all go, yay! And like they shake hands with one another, and you're just like, that's weird. Okay.
Crap, I forgot about that part.
For your next job, what can you tell me what you can build that would go on a boat?
And they're just like, anything!
Can you build things that make boats go faster?
What does that mean?
Yeah. Do you know how to build propellers?
One of them said forward is like, yes, sir.
Do you know how to build propellers that push boats?
Yes, sir.
Could you, if you were to build one, how long would it take?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That depends on the size and the speed you require and the material you want it made out of.
Well, I think you, it should be made out of metal,
What kind?
steel,
Steel. Very good.
stainless steel, that is.
I don't know what that means.
I think
Okay, so
copper's a better
steel.
idea.
Copper? Why copper? Steel's stronger.
Copper's good for the bottom of holes.
Copper is a good naval.
Okay, well, you know more about boats than I do, so you think.
I don't. That's the what. That's my stopping point right there. That's all I'm aware of.
Copper. That's it.
Okay, copper. Yes. Okay, so copper.
Okay.
And
Very good, sir. Very good.
it needs to be. About. Yay big.
Maybe tell him. Maybe tell him the size of the boat.
Yeah. So
What size vessel is this for, sir?
it's for a rowboat. Do we know the size?
Yeah.
I know we know.
Yeah.
Do I need to look it up, or can I just say?
I mean, you can just point. It's behind you. So.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's for that
it's
boat.
right
It's for that boat over there.
Very good. Very good.
Not to
Let's
interrupt,
see.
but I believe he wants that turned into a motorboat.
Yes, I want that turned into a motorboat.
Well, there's a difference between a motor and a propeller, but okay.
Yes, I know. Okay, so
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, we can do that in. Let's see. Carry the one. I don't know, maybe 3 hours.
Oh. Wow.
really,
Indeed.
okay. Your task is to build a motor that can be attached to this boat. A propeller motor.
A propeller? Just a propeller, right? Just to
With
be
the
clear.
motor.
With the
With
motor.
the motor.
Oh,
That's why I
well,
said turn it into a motorboat.
that is far more complex.
Okay, so how long would it take to make that?
That's not really a deal. Do you have
Okay.
plans? Do you have plans, sir? If you have plans, we can help you construct.
Hey,
but
hey,
we
Nomad.
work off of artificer plans
Yeah,
in general.
yeah.
So
Go ahead,
Hey,
tell me.
Nomad. Ask
Yeah.
them if they know how to work the island.
Work it? What do you mean?
work
this
it, work
doesn't
it.
know- All the little mans just start dancing. God.
What do you mean by work it?
The island, it moves, does it not?
Oh, yeah, good idea. Yes. Do you know where the controls are for moving this island back and forth?
Indubitably, sir. He points towards a large tree.
Uh-huh.
Could you show me how to use this? I can't remember. haven't
Absolutely,
used-
sir. So Captain Sevens takes you over to a large tree, and he knocks on the wood, and it opens up, and there's a large panel in there that has
Kidding.
a steering wheel attached to it as well, and some levers and knobs and whatnot that appear to adjust, speed and whatnot. So
Finnegan, you are a genius.
Yeah, ask him what kind of power source this thing needs.
So what kind of power source does this thing need? I feel like this Uhura or something, this, my only job is to repeat what the captain says.
I'm the second in command
I know.
I need to hold on. I need to.
because where I'm going is it might have just been stolen in front of our very faces.
It might have been what?
The lady who stole the crystal, that crystal might have been the power source for this thing.
So he twists. Not twists. He turns a crank, and all over the island, the tops of the trees shrink down into the tree, and pop back up, and they are solar panels.
Oh,
Very cool.
I mean, not that I would know what those are.
Well, they're panels. That's all you
Okay,
know.
so Nomad has navigation skills, but he doesn't have skills in driving islands around.
You have a ship captain though, so which is Weaver. He's your captain
Hello.
officially.
Right. Weaver doesn't have island driving capability, right?
None of us have island driving.
In other words,
This is
so,
a boat. It just looks like an island.
Okay. Okay. So does my question is does he need to be taught how to use the controls? If so, I'll tell.
Yeah, I mean they're not
Captain-
they're not standard. I mean this is a mechanical device, or opposed to just a normal sailing ship. So it is different. Yes.
Okay, so I'm talking to Robert, right?
I'll
So-
give to Captain Sevens.
Oh, Captain Sevens. So Captain Sevens, are you can you drive this around for us?
Somewhat. Really, the artificer was the primary navigator, but we did help him construct the device, so we do have a rudimentary understanding of how everything works.
So can you teach us?
Indubitably.
Okay.
Yeah, so he can teach you guys how to, he, kind of walks you through it. And, there's some gaps in his knowledge base. He's like, this doohickey, you just flip it and we go a little faster. I don't know why. But you just push it right here and you just, woo, And this, I think, does the, nope, that's bad. Don't press that button. Nope, never mind. Don't do that. I think that's the self-destruct button. My mistake. So yeah, he goes through some of the stuff with you and kind of shows you how to do it. It appears to move very slowly. It doesn't have a fast speed really. It goes basically the same speed as your rowboat, but you don't need to exert effort into moving it.
Far more comfortable.
Much
We're effectively
better.
on a tropical island the whole time.
And what's also safer.
Yeah, that's.
Since we're floating above water, correct? Or are we on the water? I don't
You're
remember.
buoyant. You're on the water.
Well, still an island.
Yeah, and it's a mile across, so it's a big island.
Right.
so
we
I-
probably don't have to worry about sea serpents.
Right. He says.
Attacking us.
He says, well, it's good for long distance, but the problem is it's nearly impossible to stop. So you could accidentally run into things very easily, and just destroy the entire island.
I feel like maybe we shouldn't use this as our primary means of transportation.
It's gonna sail a giant battering ram to the ocean.
I see no downsides.
What?
If there's
Why
an enemy ship, you just right. The submarine just kind of done. Can't get up on it. Oh, the Titanic. Nope.
Why don't we row our boat or be in our boat and have it drag us along? And if it
Why?
And if it happens to crash into something, then we're not dead.
We could just use the boat as an escape
It would
boat.
take a
Yeah,
very
right.
long time for an island a mile across to actually sink from something it hit.
Okay, but it might make somebody mad at us because we ran into them.
I mean, you could potentially destroy other islands. You could destroy other ships.
I think
You could kill all the sea life from here to your destination.
so. If for some reason some people don't want to use a destructive island for any unfathomable reason, we should simply ask these little mans to help us create a motorboat or even a better boat.
I think we should start with adding propellers to this, maybe pedal powered, just for the time being. And then while we're off doing other things, maybe we could find out if they can build us a better ship entirely.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Okay.
guys? Captain and Robert, do you?
Aye, aye.
Can you build boats?
If you give us a plan, we can build anything.
Oh, look at that.
How would we
don't
get
have
the plan?
Well, I mean, usually you go to your work table and you draw things, and then you do measurements and calculations,
So
and then
maybe an artificer might be able to draft up the designs for a boat.
Looking at Nomad.
Well, I have carpentry skills. No, I don't. I only have carpentry. No, I got carpentry.
I have carpet DM skills.
You don't even have to carpenterize. You just have to make the plans, and they'll take care
Actually,
of it from there.
I don't have carpenter skills. I only have carpenter tools.
How could you?
Help you right now. I mean, their hands are saw blades, so I don't think you need carpenter's tools.
They just said they need the plan, not anything else.
Well, look, right.
I don't know, man. Some of them are getting
So-
kind of restless. Look at
Okay,
them.
so I'm gonna try to drop. Thing is, if I drop the plans, will I know that they're good? How do I know?
Nope.
If you roll well, maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to drop plans. So
You're
what do you
going
want?
to. Okay. Give
Have
me.
we-
Give
I'm
me.
going
an
to take this.
artificer roll.
I'm going to take this opportunity to go see if there's just by chance there are ship plans anywhere in that office.
Yeah, good idea.
Go ahead.
So
Give
I'm
me an
gonna do
artificer
my roll first.
Yeah.
I'll add my investigation after the fact.
I'm gonna copy paste this. I think I might need it again.
Oh,
Ooh, 26.
you still fail. Boats are hard to make.
Yeah. No, you did.
Oh,
To draw. I'm gonna draw a boat, right?
Yeah. I mean, you come up with a very good plan. You feel it's very, very good. But you show it to them, and they're kind of like,
Not enough detail.
Not enough detail. I don't think this would be. I don't think this would be safe.
if they can appraise a boat, why can't they help you make a plan for a boat? Also, oops.
So are we gonna say that they can understand if a boat would work or not?
Yeah.
I got a 17 in looking for a ship plan.
Yeah, there aren't ship plans. There's a plan for the island, and that's it. So.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Make another one of these,
Another island.
Yeah.
but make it
Okay.
fast.
Okay, so what did we decide on how long it would take them to make the motor?
Like a motor, they need a plan.
Oh, they need a plan.
They said that
Make a plan.
the propeller alone would take 3 hours.
So what can we do with a propeller?
Can make it pedal powered, which might be easier than rowing.
I think that pedal boats are the same speed as rowboats.
We could
They're
ignore me.
slower. I think they're actually slower.
Yeah, probably.
Well, we have a Warforged, and he has strong legs.
And he doesn't get tired, so he can
How
row
about
forever.
if we put an extra set. This is a question for who's the ship person, Verd. If we had rowboat with 4 oars instead of 2.
Theoretically, that could be. I mean, this when it goes back to the boats with oars, that's beyond what I really know anything about.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Myself and Nomad do tire out and become useless very quickly.
Yeah, it's
Or at
true.
least relatively. Seeing how Marcus and the big boy don't tire out, and then all that other junk.
I mean, we
What
could
was your
Pirates of the
point?
Caribbean in this and make a tiny rowboat or a tiny sailboat.
Well, I was thinking about a sailboat too. That's tricky because you gotta have the wind going the right way.
Just ask them how long it would. Or ask them about motors again. I don't know.
What about
They
motors?
they seem to be
They need a
they're
plan.
they need a plan. Yeah, they can fulfill plans, but they did not create by themselves. Basically, what you've gathered.
So basically,
a-
anything that a normal person, because we're just normal at this point, a normal person would know how to build. We could draw up a plan.
Right.
Right.
And they can just
Our-
they make it go way faster than what you would do normally. That's basically
Our fine master artificer. Ask them if they know if there are any sort of technical plans or dryouts anywhere on this island.
Oh, good question. Okay, so
They
what
seem
he
to
said.
My investigation can handle.
I mean, yeah, Finnegan already looked and found the section on blueprints and whatnot. There weren't too many. They were just like the island blueprints, and,
so we're not gonna find
and there's like an entire section that's just island blueprints. Like it's like a giant thing, because there was like for all like the different panels and all the different motors and all the different
So there was
colors.
a there was a plan for the propellers and the motors for the island.
Yes,
Can we have them build one of those?
I mean they are ginormous.
Perhaps miniaturized to add.
So you would have to convert this to a different size, and you don't understand how it works just by looking at it, because I mean this is like not necessarily like designed to be 100% understood by by other people.
Sure.
Just ask the little mans about size comparisons here, if it's even possible to make it smaller.
Can you miniaturize things for us?
Afraid not, sir. Sorry.
Hey, Nomad.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what we should do is just see if we can get them to head back. Either stay here, take the island back to our island, or even just all of them head back to our island. I'm not sure which of these options would be the best. But while they do whatever, we move on to the next island and hope we run across a shipwright who might be able to sell us the information that we need.
Right, or we could just leave the island here. I mean, we could.
I suppose they don't
matter
have
where
to
the
move,
island
but
is.
it might be easier to get to them if they
Wouldn't it
were
be
near our
better-
island, or closer
wouldn't it
to
be-
at least.
Well, wouldn't it be better to just have the island follow us? Or why don't we just drive the island around? That way they're always with us. And then when we get close, oh, can we stop this thing? How long does it take to stop? Are we just gonna crash into?
It takes a long time to stop. Like
You need to plan exactly where you're going to be.
it appears based upon the navigation instruments that you looked over, that it was designed specifically to go from point A to point B, and it was already pre-plotted out as a straight line, basically. And there wasn't like turns involved or stops involved. It was basically going to go to a certain point and then it decelerate, several miles away, like 50
Oh, I
miles
see.
away, and then
So you
slow
chart
down.
you chart a course.
Right. You give it a destination, and then if it's a straight line at least, right? You don't just sail it around willy nilly. It doesn't turn really well.
So why don't we just plot a course for the next island?
The
I
next
guess we
island's
could.
only about 50 miles away, and that's probably
I don't want
how much
to. I
you
don't
need
want
to
to sit in a
decelerate.
rowboat for another 50 miles. Thank you.
Okay.
So are you saying
Is this
it
gonna
wouldn't
s-
work
wait?
for
Is
that?
this
Or
is this gonna screw up your plan though if we do this?
It would bring a whole island.
Don't worry about me, I guess.
Well, I mean, Would you rather just have us do the rowing?
You can do what you want. You can do what you want. Don't let me stop you.
Okay.
My money says take
I
the
mean,
island.
Every action has consequences. And it may be good, it may be bad, right? You don't know.
Mhm.
Do whatever you want to do.
Hey, ask the little mans about the crystal.
What are
Oh,
you asking specifically?
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
necessary for anything regarding the moving of this island?
Oh no. That was just a experiment, I believe, that the artificer was doing. It is not imperative for the movement and travel of this facility.
All right, so whatever
Okay,
conflict he's talking about do not seem to involve us simply crashing and dying. As far as my lack of imagination can tell.
So it looks like based on the required deceleration rate, if you wish to go rowboat speed, basically, you need about 10 miles to decelerate,
So just slow down at 40.
and you don't want to get probably within 10 miles of a plot of land, just
right.
for
and then we
safety.
can row the rest of the way.
Right. So you could go out. Yeah, you could go within 10 miles probably, and then row the rest
Okay.
of the way.
Okay.
That would
Okay,
probably be
is
sufficient.
everybody in favor of using the island?
Eh,
I'm leaning more towards the rowboat, but I
you
guess
are?
if that's
Okay.
what everybody else wants to do.
Well, why do you want to do the rowboat? Maybe you got a good reason.
I just don't want to risk the island because we don't know what's out there.
Oh,
There
'cause
could be
that's
something that we could hit.
true. And it might destroy our island and our clockworkers.
Yep.
Okay. What do you? I think you might have leaned me the other way. What do you think, Finnegan?
I don't want to row.
Well, can Marcus and Weaver do all the rowing?
Mm-hmm.
I
They
think we
did
already
before, I
have.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already
Okay.
have.
So
I think
if
Finnegan's
Marcus-
I
just
don't
getting
know.
tired of watching us.
He hasn't done crap.
See, I keep thinking about it took us like 14 hours to drive in my dad's cramped SUV from here to St. Louis, Missouri.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm imagining, but without AC.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely much more comfortable on the island because there's shade and there's food and,
Maybe ask them how long it would simply take
Chairs.
to make how long would it take to just make the boat more comfortable?
I mean, depending on what you're doing, I guess. I mean,
I was literally just gonna say put
Hey,
a
Robert.
canopy over it.
How long would it take for us to put a cover over our boat for some shade?
not too long, I wouldn't say. Just a basic canopy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it doesn't even
Yeah, I
need to
could-
cover the whole boat. It can just cover half of it because really only two of us need shade.
Cover the needy.
Yeah, we can do that in a couple hours. No big deal.
Okay. So
Well,
can you
let's
please do
chillax
that?
then.
Up to you guys. Sure thing.
Is
Yeah,
it
so you
simple
guys-
enough? You don't need plans?
No, of course not. No.
Okay, very good. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah, they're basically gonna get some like a tarp and then some like beams and then just like nail them to the side of it. It's pretty like rough, but it's functional. It's just like I don't know, like 4 2x4s and a tarp. Right?
Mhm.
That's pretty much it. And they do that real quick in like an hour. So you have
Okay.
a covered rowboat.
Unless anybody has any
okay.
objections, I think we should head out for the next island.
Before we do, I want to make. Can I make 2 extra oars?
Yeah.
I bet they'd do it faster.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Can you make us 2 oars then?
Yeah.
It's the same
Sure
as the
thing.
ones we have with the hooks. The whatever those things are called that go into the.
Right.
Right.
The eyelets. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. They construct some oars real quick. I mean, they just like, and they give you 2 oars, and then they create some eyelets to put the oars in, yeah, take another hour. It's around 10 o'clock
Okay.
AM?
a.m.
Nice.
Okay. Can anybody think of anything else we might need before we leave?
Maybe a rations refill.
Yeah, you can get some food and whatnot. That's no problem.
And water, of course.
Ask them
Yeah,
if they can make a
yeah.
hot plate.
Hot
Because my
plate.
character is, in fact, a cook / chef.
What can we get for you, sir?
A hot plate.
Just a plate that's warm. You gonna?
A propane grill for camping.
I don't know what that means, sir.
Mm-mm.
I think you're gonna have to.
I believe
Do
what
you-
he's
do you
looking
know-
for is some cookware.
I already have pots and pans and stuff.
A heat source. A portable heat
need to
source
go-
for his
Oh.
cookware.
Oh.
Lost on the boat.
Right. Absolutely, sir. Yeah. He will go back to the kitchen, and he will bring you out like a Bunsen burner looking thing that has like a plate on top, basically, that you can use for heating up food, basically. Yeah.
Pardon me.
Okay. All right. So I think we should go. Before we go, I want to find the sign that said 11:53,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to change it to 11:58
What?
in case anybody's looking for it.
Okay.
And a little bit of trickery.
That's like.
How do you intend to get up to the sign that's 25 feet in the air?
Oh, it's that high?
Yes, 3.5-foot gnome.
Oh. Well,
Ask
that's what I
them-
wanted to do. Are there any
ask
little
them to
signs
make you
around
a
that I
ladder.
can? Yeah. What's that?
Ask them to make you a ladder.
Can you make me a ladder that will reach up there?
We've ground rather fond of the name, to be perfectly honest. Why do you want
Oh,
to change it?
No, you
They
don't
called
want
you
to. Okay, I
out.
don't want to get them mad. Okay, I won't get you mad. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to. Are there any? Weren't there like signs that said "keep out" or something like that? And
There are scarecrows that are being crucified along the outside
that is
of
weird.
the shore.
What? Okay.
Yeah,
Is it? Are these recent things?
they look fairly recent. Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
they
they
were-
want us to leave.
Well, not like they were here before you got here.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
saw them from the distance.
Right. And
held
it
up.
was just scare people away. Okay.
Mhm.
So I just want to. Is there a rock around that I can paint on?
Sure. Yeah.
A big, huge rock. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna write "Nomad was here."
Okay. Cool.
Um,
All right.
and I'm
Uh,
gonna take out my little sketch pad and take a quick sketch of the two captains or the two.
All right. They will pose dramatically for you.
Yep.
Like 1 foot
Alright.
on a rock and everything. Yep.
All right. Thank you guys. I guess let's start out again.
All right. You guys are gonna leave?
I guess so. If
You giving
everybody's in
them-
favor.
Giving them instructions at all?
We don't know. Oh, how about if we just at least have them work on a propeller? We don't know what we'll do with it, but at least they have something to do.
Well, it'll take them 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know, hold on.
I know. I
Before,
can't.
Hmm?
Can't think of anything
before
else.
we go, hey, you guys. Yeah.
Hey, you guys, how you doing, y'all?
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay.
Hi, guys. How's it going? Hey, guys. How long do you think it would take for you to make some armor plating for our little rowboat?
Oh, I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Well, got a plan?
No?
We could
You can-
begin fashioning some sheets that we can mold at a later date if you wish. How much coverage do you want?
Full.
Full coverage? Rowboat size then? Of just of that vessel right there?
Yep.
Yeah, we can get to work on that. That shouldn't take too long. It's the trimming it down to size is the more difficult portion, as you can imagine. We can get some larger sheets in order, and yeah, get them ready for you if you return.
And
I was hoping it would be something that would be like a week.
No, I mean there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
okay.
I was just trying to come up with something that would work.
It's something for
Um,
them to do. Yeah.
Are there any repairs that need to be done to the island?
I don't think so. It's pretty self-sustaining.
There is one
Um,
thing: is they could fix the hole that our enemy just created.
Oh, ye gods, man! There's a hole in the back of the wall.
Oh, you
Ugh,
didn't hear the big kaboom?
we were kind of busy fighting.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a big kaboom in the back where.
An earth-shattering kaboom.
Yes, an earth-shattering kaboom. You have to check that out after we leave. You might want to rebuild that. It wasn't
Wait a
our
minute.
fault, by the way. It was.
He kind of narrowed his eyes and was like, "Oh, I'm just messing with you. I'm sure it wasn't."
Uh-huh. And oh, and there's this boy in the pit. Do you know anything about that? Why he's in a pit?
Oh yes, that's a trap. I hope you didn't actually like jump in there, right?
We did not. We did not jump in there.
Oh, good. Yes, no, that was definitely a trap.
Do you know what the trap did?
Oh yes, he jumps out and eats your face off. It's quite fun.
No, I have a
Okay.
mask. I should be fine. No.
I don't know. Maybe he had a
nobody?
really high charisma and he could remove your mask.
Uh,
It's actually a it's not a human at all. It's an automaton and it has razor sharp teeth. It's quite hilarious.
Ah.
Ooh.
It just
Well,
latches onto your face and just gnaws it off.
is it possible to get it to shut up?
I do not. I think you have to go down there to turn it off. We've found him kind of annoying too.
Have you considered throwing a brick at him?
That's Phil. He's kind of an asshole, but he's down there and we just leave him and we go past. We kind of just like, shut up, Phil.
So is he
and
is he sentient?
yes, oh yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Would
That's
you
a lot
like
darker than.
You can turn him off, but you have to get to him, and none of us really wanted to go down in the pit. To be honest, he kind of freaks us out. He's a little weird, but yes, he'll be down there for he won't come out. Don't
Is
worry.
he no- is he something we should kill?
Oh, that seems rude. No, I mean,
Oh, okay. So I
it's
wasn't
just his
sure if he was like
purpose.
damaging to you or something. Okay.
no,
it's his
no,
purpose.
he's
Okay.
fine. It's just
Alright.
purpose.
Okay.
It's just his job, man. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
it's
Very good. Very
it's what
good.
it is,
Okay.
right? What?
So he thought his name was George, but I guess his name is Phil.
Well, his child persona is George. His actual
Yes,
name
yes.
is Phil. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So anything else?
He's an
Oh,
actor. I know.
and by the way, so you got a couple of tasks to rebuild the wall, to work on the armor plating, and to build some propellers just for fun. Okay, for the
do you-
boat, just in case we can think of a motor at some point to use it.
do you guys intend to create or commission a larger vessel at any point,
We
possibly?
do. We do
Uh,
hope to.
Well, if you wish, we have experience actually in like with ships a little bit. So if you wish, we can help you like row. We help you sail a little bit. So if you wish and you need a crew, don't hesitate to call. Some of the larger ships I know require large crew members. It's a lot of people to feed and keep track of. I get it. But
So, are you thinking of coming with us?
if you wish us to, we can. I mean, we can't all pile up the rowboat now, can we?
But you could go. We could.
We already have two dedicated rowing.
That would be to crew a larger boat after we have them make it.
Indeed.
Or perhaps if we purchase one.
If you purchase a boat, or if you bring back plans to craft one, fair warning, it takes. I do believe my minimum knowledge on shipwriting, shipbuilding, that it takes a long time to build ships. But
But you know how to pilot them. And
yes, I mean we can do
Mm.
basic functions of ship navigation.
Cool.
So if you need a large crew and some slots to fill, don't hesitate to call. We have a good 250 of us here. So if you need just able bodies to perform basic tasks, then give us
Would
a holler.
some of them be willing to jump in our little satchel that would take them to a magical island that they could just stay so that we could have access to them later? Or
What?
do you need to could we
This-
take some of them into could we take some of them and put them in another place?
I mean,
Or do you
That
want this?
sounds like kidnapping, but yes, if you wish us to go somewhere, we will get in the stranger's satchel and go to an unknown place where there's probably candy, I guess.
Yeah,
How
I don't
many
know
of them are there?
He said 250.
There's 250 of them. Yeah.
Why don't we? Can we?
Two
they need-
teams of 125.
Yeah,
Do
so,
they-
you want to try and convince them to jump in your bag?
Well, that's what I was
I
thinking.
think we should
of.
have like
Yeah,
20 of them jump in, and then they can assist
Right.
the
That's what I was
dwarves.
thinking too. Right.
Okay.
Just-
Roll persuasion.
Okay. So
Has to be nomad.
has to be me. Okay. Hold on.
Make it with advantage because you have the gauntlet.
Okay. So it's +1. Okay. So I just roll twice. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
See, I didn't need to prepare anything for the night.
I didn't think you did.
Ooh, I
Oh!
got a natural 20, and it's not a 22.
I wish the
That's,
other one was a 1. That way you could have gotten a critical success and a critical fail.
Critical fail.
What does that mean?
Nothing. I mean, it's
It
advantage.
would mean
get
that you
higher
got the
numbers.
success.
I know. Okay.
How many do you want to go? As many as you wish will go.
Boy.
Up to all of them.
Yeah, but okay. Do they need to have? How about if? I was thinking, what if we take one side? Because they
Oh,
probably need a captain. What
I
do
mean,
you guys think?
they mentioned that it's that the facility needs to be mostly automatic. It doesn't require a ton of hands-on maintenance to get it to sail. Actually, it's not moving currently. So it requires nobody currently to maintain because it's not moving.
Well, but they're also making what do you call it? The
Can they do that on our island?
yeah. Can you do
You
that?
should
on our
ask.
own?
They don't have materials there.
Right. So no, that's right. So what? They still need to make the siding, the armor and stuff like that. So why don't we just take half of them? What do you think? What do you guys think?
I think half
They're
might be a little bit
yours.
too many, but up to you. I would say that the only thing that the other ones would be able to do once they jumped into the satchel is assist the dwarves. Because we haven't had
Well,
any
could
luck
give them
with
something to
retrieving
do.
living things from.
Okay, so
satchel.
okay, how about if I do that and I'll write a note, letter of recommendation
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
for
Hork and Dork.
for Bork and Dorks, right? For the work guys.
I mean, you know that
Okay.
dwarves would definitely appreciate that. You know,
Yeah. So we'll send half of them there.
Okay.
Which
125.
yeah. So in the captain, one of them. What's the difference? There's no difference from our point of view. Which one, right?
Well, one side is definitely more construction oriented.
And what's the other side?
Like more like finer tuned skill oriented. Like it's more like cutlery and like sewing and all that stuff. So one's like more micro crafting and one's more macro crafting, basically. Right, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
I
we do
w-
want half and half of each. Do they need a captain to tell them what to do?
No.
Okay, so let's just can we just take half and well, I don't know if we need half, but 20 on each or something, or 30 or something like that. What do you guys think? Because we
That
may
sounds good.
want to have them build little things or big things or we don't know what, right?
Okay, so you're gonna take how many? Sorry.
Okay, so let's take there's 250. Let's take
Uh-huh.
50 of each,
Okay.
and I'll send a letter of recommendation, giving their names and stuff like that. And I'm telling
Hey, Nomad,
mm-hmm,
do you speak Dwarvish?
I think I do.
No. Okay.
Yep, he does.
Oh,
I
Yep,
recommend
I do.
writing it in Dwarvish just
I'll
in
write
case.
it in Dwarvish. Yep, I'll write it in Dwarvish. And
Yeah, Dwarvis
And-
is like the professionalist, like of the crafting languages, basically for craftsmen. A lot of official documents are written in Dwarvish. So
oh, okay. And they understand Dwarvish, right? The
yes, they're dwarves.
the dwarves.
Yep.
I mean, you never know. I mean,
Oh, and they're you were assuming they're dwarves and they're craftsmen. So
Okay,
it's
alright.
very highly likely.
right. And I'm
It
also
would be
informing.
it would be like almost insulting if they didn't, basically.
Okay, I'm also informing Sevens and whatever the other guy's name is what we're doing.
Robert.
Yeah,
Robert
and
the
the people that are
Fearless.
going. Yeah.
Are you sending them specifically?
Gosh, should I or shouldn't I? What do you guys think? Should we send one of them or something, or what?
Let's ask him and see if one of them wants to go.
Sure. So does one of you like to? Would one of you like to go to just kind of keep track of everybody?
Roll 2 persuasion checks.
Okay.
No advantage. Just give me
Oh.
two rolls so I can determine. Just
Okay.
roll 2 dice.
Hold on.
Roll them separate though.
Oh. And persuasion, regular persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think I said that was +1. Yeah. Okay. The first one is 11.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is 19.
Okay. So, yeah, Robert wishes to go.
So how do we keep track of this? Do you keep track of this as to who's there?
Yeah, I guess so. No, you do it.
Okay, so we have Robert.
Make a note. You have 250 automatons, and you have Robert plus 99 plus 49 spindly clockworks, and then you have 50 round clockworks are at the island.
And which one's the cutler? Which one's the fine versus the?
The round ones are the fine crafting, and the spindly ones are the larger crafting.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
and that means that the rest are on the island. So do the math on that to
Right.
figure out.
Okay, it's fine.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you open up your bag, and you line up with 100 of them, and they all just jump in one at a time, and they like Geronimo, and they jump through. Yep. There you go. You now have an island that has 100 automatons now for those dwarves. There's 3 dwarves. Yeah, and you give them the note to go with them too. You gave it to
Right.
Robert. So
Yep.
and he salutes, and he jumps through the satchel last.
Goodbye, Robert.
All right. So you have a boat with a canopy as well.
Yay!
Yay. Are you having the island travel, or are you having it stay put?
I think we better have it stay put so we don't break it.
Okay. All right. You guys getting in your boat and leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Any tasks for them other than what you gave them?
Nope.
Okay.
Y'all know
Thomas.
how to make milkshakes?
I mean, they bring all the boys to the yard, so you know.
That's not where I was going with this. I want some gosh dang milkshakes.
Okay. I mean,
No, I have nothing I need.
All right.
all right. So where are you guys going?
Okay,
We
so I guess
are
we're gonna finally get in
continuing.
the boat. Okay.
Yep.
Continuing toward this direction we were going before, which was what?
I need to find the name of that.
That
That
would
is Hawk's Rest.
be. Yep. And you need to go. It's like southeast, basically, mostly east, but a little bit south. Because you went to the north, I believe, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't remember.
You left from the southern shore. I'll just say that this island is to the south. Otherwise, you went like in a weird direction. That doesn't make any sense.
Can
no,
you
that's-
write on this? Can you write on this map so you can kind of show where we've been and stuff? Or
Not really. It's not a very good map, to be honest. And I don't. Yeah. Sorry.
I wonder if you should do what you did with. Well, it's not. We're not going to be using the map that much, though, right?
I don't
'Cause
know.
If we are, maybe you should have blow-ups of it and put it into roll
Yeah.
roll 20.
I'll put it in Discord, so we can save it.
Well, I meant so you
Definitely.
could. No, like in roll 20, you were moving us around on it, and you were. We could draw on it. You could draw where we are and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
that's fine.
Just a thought. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Yeah. Let me get.
You can do it post baby if you want.
I want to do this real quick. capture, save image, and put this here. Okay, and then where's roll 20? Okay, let me pull up a new tab, new page, and drop this sucker in, shall we? I'm gonna put a snippet in here. That I wanted, right? No, I wanted this one. There is actually a. Oh, Pat, I already have that still. Hold on. And bloop. There you go. That's what I had last time. So that's our previous one. You were to the south. And I have a circle now where the island is.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Cool.
Yep. So you're going northeast to Hawk's Rest.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So.
And my hawk is out looking for danger.
Right. Yeah.
How many
Everybody.
things are we rolling?
A lot of things. Let me pull myself up real quick.
Oh boy.
All right. Let's start with my roll, which is a D100. I have to do slash D100 slash roll D100. How is that a 19? Oh, there we
That's
go.
not.
Oh,
It says
it's not.
what?
It's not. It
Oh.
didn't. It didn't pop up on my screen. It didn't update. Okay. I was like, well, that's not how that works. All right, hold on. I was like, that doesn't work at all. Hold on. Go. I have a lot of tabs. Hold on. Get rid of all of my notes on ores, if more make you go faster or not. Let's see. Okay. Cool. And then Quartermaster Nomad, give me a survival check for weather.
Oh, survival. So is this what's the
Are
purpose?
you? Hold on, you're proficient.
Do we get a plus?
navigator's
Do we get a
tools.
modifier for having a canopy?
No.
So this is to determine what kind of weather is going to happen.
It's for if you are able to spot and navigate around bad weather, basically. So I
Oh, okay.
guess that means the navigator's tools will factor into play, which means that you get advantage.
Okay. Well,
Which,
the other,
yeah.
so
Okay,
it's
go
whether
ahead.
I detect it. Okay, because I didn't know detecting weather would help because I can build a little weather detector.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It takes
It's
me
not-
an hour to build it, though.
I mean, what's the range?
Oh, it's in time, I think it is. Hold on, where did
I mean, how far away can it detect weather? I mean,
it predicts weather conditions in a 1-mile radius over the next 4 hours.
I think that's just part of your navigator's tool to give the advantage. So,
All right. So anyway, so I just roll 1d20. Oh, right, yeah, and then just do it twice,
it's a
right?
survival check.
And do it twice, right?
Yeah, but you had your survival modifier.
Which I think is 0. So.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So I got a 13 and a 10.
All right. So your highest roll is a 13. Please
Mhm.
hold. Okay.
Sea serpent tornadoes.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out my system for this. That's a DC is 5 plus character level, which is 2. That's a 7. So you pass the 7. So yeah, you're good for weather. There was more to it than this. No, I just made that. Okay.
This is to determine to be able
If
to know
you-
what the weather, or is it to actually change the weather?
It's kind of both. Not to change. It's to locate and avoid bad weather, basically.
Oh, and avoid, right? Okay, forgot
right.
about the
To see if
avoid
because otherwise, if you hit bad weather, it'll reduce your speed by half. So.
Okay.
I think it's a
but
way
more-
of having us be able to navigate with random weather, but have the
Yeah.
weather
Mhm.
not feel like it's just dice.
Out to get us.
Yeah. And not just be constantly up your butt too. Like, you've been lucky so far because some bad weather can happen. Yeah, so you're good weather. Weaver, give me a captain's perception check for exploration.
Perception is why am I always so?
You got a 1. You poked yourself in the eye
Ah,
with the
there it is.
loot.
Why did it roll twice? No, it didn't. Never mind.
I see
Yeah.
a 16.
Yeah. I do not believe you get advantage on this, so.
It just did the
It's
same
just
roll
16.
twice. It was just an
Okay.
animation bug.
Okay.
Oh.
Exploration. All right. You see an island along the way,
Oh.
which you can choose to stop at if you wish. Let me know if you want to do that. But in the meantime, first mate Finnegan, roll a stealth check.
Ah. Oh, nat 20.
Ooh.
So I guess we run into nothing bad.
Uh,
Oh, I don't know.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Stealth.
no enemies appear. Indeed.
So how
Um,
close is this little island to our destination?
It's on the way. It's that you can get it. You won't lose any time to
Okay.
go to it if you wish.
It's almost 10 o'clock, so what are we gonna do?
I'm aware.
Okay.
So if we were to stop at this island, it would be considered the same journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, unless something happens there, of course.
I mean, if you stop and then you take off again, and if you stop and you do a whole bunch of stuff, a couple
Yeah.
days probably, who knows, or if you just get off and nothing's there, yeah, depending on how long you're there, right? Your rolls are for the day, basically. So
Well, hey guys, what do you think of that little island over there? You want to stop at it, or you want to continue on to our destination?
I feel adventurous.
So that's 2-4, Finnegan.
You're the captain.
All right, we're stopping.
hang on, let me figure out what this.
Marcus doesn't get a vote.
No.
Well, I think technically 3 of us would overpower his 1 vote anyways.
Anyway, and the captain said what the captain says goes anyway. So
Yeah.
Ooh, a 19
Okay.
out of 100. Ooh,
Doesn't matter.
it matters. I said it matters.
Floating-
The lower
If only
the
I
number,
didn't
the
have
more
the
likely we
worst
are to
roll.
die.
Or maybe he has a list of randomly pre-made items or
He does.
maps.
That's
I
probably
do.
what it
Islands.
is, and I bet you 88 is probably the most dangerous one.
I don't
And
know.
that way
the
we
spec-
get
I don't-
88, and we're like, yay! Oh, really good roll. We're safe.
I
Oh,
didn't know 88 was a good roll.
what?
Okay.
Of 100?
88?
there's no significance of 88. It's just a number
Oh.
that came into my
Oh.
head that was large, on the
I
scale of
see.
1 to 100.
My guess is the lower numbers are the ones he spent more time figuring out, and the higher numbers were, I don't know, whatever.
I'm gonna re-roll that because I'm confused by the wording of this, and it wasn't well done. Sorry.
Oops.
There's too much to factor in.
32.
It would be funny if that was 88.
Pardon me.
Okay, so you go towards the island, and it actually isn't an island at all, which you feel like becoming a trend at this point. You keep on seeing land ho, and it's not land, which is
Land ho! Land no.
they're trying to wonder if you're just bad at pointing out what land is, since you found a floating island that is not an island, and now you've found an island that it looks like a large ship, but it is capsized, and it is rotting, but it's still afloat. Like the sails and the rigging have long rotted away.
And I'm from Warhammer 40K. No.
But yeah, so it looks like it is a old, decrepit, large sea vessel that is capsized, and it's floating.
Perhaps we should leave this one be.
Your call, Captain, but maybe the boat could come by and acquire it. And did I say the boat? I meant to say the island. Have the little man see if they can fix it up.
We have no way of communicating with them, do we?
No, we'd have to row back.
Huh.
Yeah, maybe
At least-
once we have more powerful means of interacting with such a thing.
Because we can't flip it. Did you ever try to flip even a small boat in the water?
Not on the water, no.
Not
We
easy.
really don't have the room to get any meaningful salvage from it, so
Yeah, I can't
probably
think
be
of what-
best just to move on.
Yeah. So is there anything salvageable sitting on the top of it? Because the top is the bottom, so it's basically nothing, right? I mean, it's just.
I don't
just
like
a
this.
hull,
I don't
right?
like this whole dice thing. Let's hurry up.
I mean, I already made the call.
Okay.
You hold an oar. You do it.
Okay.
I
Hold
said
on.
the words.
Yes.
That's. Hold on. Let me just. I need to advance these words. It's not going.
What's my perception? Can I see anything? Oh God!
Oh, yes.
Hey, do I perceive anything with my 16?
Hold on. Yeah.
Using my meta knowledge of
Yeah.
the DM's dice.
Wow, that's a lot of things. Okay. So yeah, you're sailing. You get closer to the capsized ship, and out from it, you see some creatures begin to climb out, and you see a bunch of ogres that are clad in a bunch of like tribal attire, that have giant spiky clubs, and there are roughly around 30 of them.
On the
and
ship?
on this ship, yeah.
On the back, the hull of the ship.
Yeah, they appear to have there's like a door, like a trap door that they came out of.
Oh,
We should boogie on out of here.
And they appear to
buds.
be living inside of this thing, and they see you and they begin to roar, and point at you, and they begin to light fires, like torches, and they begin to like get a bonfire going, and they're pointing at you with their clubs, and they get out a spit.
Ah! Get!
and several of them jump into the water and begin to swim towards you.
What about our
fast
stealth
is it?
check?
Yeah, no.
How fast are they coming towards us? As fast as we can row?
A little slower. I mean, you gonna?
We
Yeah,
should
just
definitely
row
get the
away.
heck out.
Let's
Okay.
row away from them.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're ogres. They're not like great swimmers. They're pretty heavy, so they take some while to get places. But yeah, you guys row quickly away from them.
Okay, while they're doing that, can I be shooting at them? Because I'm not rowing.
You're not very close.
Okay.
You got
Alright.
probably 250 feet away, maybe.
Okay, so that doesn't work. Okay.
So up to you, but otherwise they would have been upon you very quickly.
Okay.
So yeah, you roll quickly away
Mhm.
as the shouting commences from the distance now, and in the sky, as it gets later, you see the sky lights up with ball lightning, and it bounces around the clouds a bit, but doesn't come down to your level. It's not stormy, but it seems there's some sort of like magical lightning storm happening above you, but it doesn't come down to your level and doesn't slow your progress at all. So yeah, very good then. So yeah, you avoided direct enemy contact, but you found a floating island full of enemies. So you went towards, unfortunately. So yeah, so that was your day of travel, and according to the map, you are able to get to Hawk's Rest by the end of the day. So you see Landho for real this time in the distance, as you're nearing it, and that's it's a tropical island, and it's an actual real island this time. And yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it.
I do have one question first.
Yes.
Is there like a port here that we'd be arriving at, or is it just an island as far as we can tell?
Again, just beach.
You are approaching from the southern side, the southwestern side, I believe. Not you can see on this side of the island.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a large island, but yeah, you don't see a port on this side.
Okay.
You can sail around if you wish and look for one, but
Well,
you
we can determine that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that is that. Well, actually, hold on. No. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna
Almost
leave it at-
anything that you throw at us, we have to discuss and we have
Yeah.
to talk and we have
Well,
to.
I
Right?
also don't want to leave too many things that I like to remember for next time too, so it might be a while.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, so I
yeah.
don't want to put too much up there. So yeah.
Okay, so this is a nice stopping point. It's at Hawk's Rest on the beach or something real close to the beach or something, right? That's
Yep,
where
you
we're
were-
stopping. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so at least it's a good, clear. I was worried about being left in the middle of the ocean somewhere.
Yeah. No.
How do you define that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you were last time though, technically too, right? So, yeah. Because you were on an island before, so that was on the map.
Yeah, but we were actually in a room.
Yeah. You don't want to see floating in the middle of the ocean.
Not particularly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's the end of the day too, right?
Yeah, it's evening now. Yeah.
All right.
So you do. I will say that you do. You won't remember the plot, but there is illumination coming from the island. But that's all you can tell. So there are lights.
Civilization, finally. Somebody to talk to. Okay, I gotta take off.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.